Well, everyone, the Julio Jones sweepstakes has begun because Atlanta Falcons are now making it official. The Falcons are indeed going to trade away Julio Jones. We already got some teams that are interested. Yeah, we got some teams that are interested. And basically, most of these teams are AFC teams. The only NFC team we're going to talk about right now. But first things first. There are a total of 6 teams that are in the running for Julio Jones. One of which is an NFC team. The rest are AFC. So we're going to start off with the NFC teams. The NFC team first. The NFC team that is in the running for Julio Jones is the San Francisco 49ers. And I was like, whoa, for the 49ers, I am very shocked. But they drafted Trey Lance. They are still fighting to keep Jimmy Garoppolo. I think this could be a great time. But to all you 49ers fans, that's the problem. You don't know who your QB is, and you've got a tough division. Cardinals, Seahawks, Rams. If Julio Jones' situation probably won't change if he gets traded to San Francisco. But then again, he could turn 49ers season around. I mean, San Francisco is a tough team. I think he could turn it around. I'm not going to doubt San Francisco. Anyways, let's move on to the rest of the teams. Let's start off with my team, the Tennessee Titans. Even though there were several reports about Titans are not interested in Julio Jones, well then tell me, why was their name called out? I mean, seriously, they seriously announced they're in the running for Julio Jones, despite drafting Des Fitzpatrick, despite picking up Josh Reynolds. They are in the running for Julio Jones. Now, I'm not going to say that, but I'm not going to say we're a guarantee lock-in. Believe me, I already got enough of that as it is. So, I'm still going to keep the faith and hope this works out. Next up, we got team number 2, which is also an AFC South team, Indianapolis Colts. And I'm like, oh my god, why Indianapolis is in the running? Ouch. I mean, seriously. Indianapolis Colts are in the running. They got Carson Wentz. They got Eric Fisher. They're building up this team from the ground up. I mean, seriously. If they get Julio Jones, I'm gonna freak out. If it comes down to Titans or Colts getting Julio Jones, whoever gets Julio Jones will control the AFC South. I cannot believe I say this, but if it came down to Titans or Colts, whoever gets Julio Jones in a trade obviously controls the AFC South. I'm not gonna lie. Despite Carson Wentz's struggles, Frank Reed is the guy that can rebuild him. I'm talking about Wentz, not Jones. Now, enough about the AFC South teams. Let's move on to the other divisions. Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens. And believe me, the Ravens, despite drafting Rashad Bateman in round 1, they still want to go after Julio Jones? They are determined to give the Lamar Jackson all the weapons. I mean, seriously. Despite drafting Rashad Bateman, they still want to get Julio Jones. They want Lamar Jackson happy. Combine him with Bateman and Hollywood Brown, the Cleveland Browns could definitely be in for some competition. Next up, we got the New England Patriots. And believe me, Patriots made a lot of big moves so far. Getting Jonnu Smith, getting Matt Judon, getting Hunter Henry. I mean, seriously, there were a lot of big moves so far, including drafting Mac Jones with that 15th pick in the draft. No matter who the QB is, if Julio Jones gets traded over there, the Patriots are gonna give the Bills some serious competition. In other words, the AFC East could have a three-way battle. I'm still not convinced on the Jets yet. And then finally, we got the Los Angeles Chargers. And believe me, Chargers, that was a shocker. The Los Angeles Chargers was a huge shocker because seriously, I don't mind if they want to give Justin Herbert a very talented receiver. But here comes the catch. What about Keenan Allen? What are they going to do with Keenan Allen? Are they going to be able to keep Keenan Allen after trading for Julio Jones? Who knows? I guess we'll just have to see, won't we? But if they could score Julio Jones and keep Keenan Allen, the Chargers would definitely catch up to Kansas City slowly, but at least they'll be ready to go. And those are the teams that are in the running for the Julio Jones sweepstakes. And I'll see you all when I bring you even more breaking news.